I got the 2021 Weaver Award. Alright? I got the 2021 Weaver Award. Good morning, boys and girls. It's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. So we're going to throw you back. I got the 2021 Weaver Award. Alright? And I got my Weaver Award for art and activism. I got it for the good in the community, the positive that I do. Black Lives Matter, alright? I do this for them too. I do it for Keith Davis. I do it for Anthony Anderson. I do it for Tawanda Jones. I do it for the victims of police brutality, alright? That's why I'm active in my community. I'm Shorty. Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. So good I'm illegal. I'm also Shorty from Waukegan, Illinois. And right here, I was making a movie about Baltimore. This is the Supreme Court. And that's my store on Falls Road. I was making a movie about the war on drugs. N62528. State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. I used to do all the things that Governor Hogan want locked up. I used to do that. Y'all can Google search it. Suspect in drug shooting surrenders to authorities. That's me. Alright? That's in 1981. Alright? See right there, suspect turns himself into Robert Evans. That's Dwayne Davis. I sold drugs because that was a way that we made money in our communities. That's how we hustled. I've been a hustler since 1972. But in that same breath, when y'all made this war on drugs, y'all created a lot of corruption. Corruption promotes Elrod's apology. In 1986, they did Operation Greylord. Operation Greylord was about the judges, the lawyers, and the politicians that was getting paid illegally behind this war on drugs. It was about the corruption in the courts. So I decided to do the same thing here in Baltimore, because you did it in Chicago. You send corrupt officials to jail in Illinois. You don't do that in Maryland. Y'all give white people a pass. You send black people to jail, but you don't do nothing to white people. So I decided to make a movie. That's me on Falls Road. In regards to your documentary, I will not be able to appear. Alright? They send Blagojevich to jail for selling seats. If they send Blagojevich to jail for selling seats, they can send Governor Hogan to jail for selling black people to slavery. The new face of old Jim Crow. I was making a movie. Shorty documentary. Alright? That's Brent Jones, the Baltimore Sun. Mainstream media knowingly lied to the public. Fern Shin, the Baltimore Brew, ABC, NBC, CBS, Chicago Tribune, The Guardian. Y'all called me a terrorist. I'm an activist. And my activism was about the war on drugs. It was also about the art of getting money. That's the claims. Baltimore County claims. Baltimore County ain't under the consent decree. Baltimore City is. Alright? Baltimore City is. All photos, videos, all that. Baltimore County States Attorney Scott Shellenberger kidnapped me on February the 7th. He took my truck, my computer, and all my information, exposing the corruption in Lake County, Illinois, and Baltimore City and Baltimore County. Right here. Like I said, I filed my complaint and I filed for my money. This was for $250 million because I had 13 movies, I had storyboards, I had movie releases, I had contracts, and I was exposing the corruption in your courts. That's the Illinois Supreme Court, Attorney Registry Disciplinary Committee. And I showed the role that the lawyers play. It's like playing cards with three friends and a stranger. The judges, the lawyers play games with black people's lives. My lawyer participated in that. I'm a black Republican. I'm a black radical Republican. And that's Governor Ehrlich. Alright? That's Governor Ehrlich. And that's Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. See that? That number N62528? That's my number. She cooking now. I use toilets because the toilet don't care if you black, white, straight, or gay. A toilet take your shit every day. Yeah. So I use toilets. That's Chuck D. I was at the Department of Justice with that toilet. Alright, that's Chuck D. Public Enemy. And I ain't Flavor Flav. That's the House of Cards. Alright? And that's me. I'm the cook on the House of Cards. Look at the 13th season. I was the cook. Now we got a problem here because the state owed me money and y'all don't want to pay me. I was insured when I did this. I was insured for $1 million. I had $1 million policy. And was policy against terrorism. Feel me? That's Insurance Incorporated. So if you contact Peter Francott today, we talking about Baltimore, Rewired. We're going to follow the money. You feel me? We getting ready to follow the money. You go to Pastor Heber Brown, right here. He got this book. I'm the founding member of the Baltimore Block. All right, we're a grassroots organization. All right. I'm an activist. I'm not a terrorist. And this is my class in Loyola University because I gave classes at Loyola University. So Dr. K, Loyola University, I did this a couple years ago with Natalia. All right. And I did it for free. Knowledge is power. Like I said, y'all owe me money. And I'm going to collect my money. Baltimore, Rewired. That's the IRS. And we got mail receipts, identity theft, credit card fraud. Jake Davis, James Hammond, Paul Weinblatt. Y'all participated in fraud. Deron Battle. Darlene Davis, Treese Taylor. Y'all bought houses. Y'all paid off taxes. And y'all used my money to do it. 2011, I blew the whistle on y'all. Scott Shellenberger called it a bomb threat. No, that toilet represented what y'all did. You feel me? This is the only thing I got. I was on parole and probation. And I was talking about parole and probation. You feel me? That's me and Miss Diggs. WJZ did an hour-and-a-half interview on me. Y'all got to play that whole hour-and-a-half tape. This is Marilyn Mosby. She talked about the Innocence Project. Well, we're going to talk about the Innocence Project. See that? That's Rachel from the jury commissions out in Circuit Court in Baltimore County. 401 Bosley Avenue. Mayor Brandon Scott, Johnny Oleski. Like I said, the social media for social change. Johnny Oleski and Mayor Brandon Scott, I caught y'all last week at Coco's. Neither one of y'all want to admit what y'all. Neither one of y'all want to take Shellenberger to court. If y'all taking Mosby to court, you got to take Shellenberger to court. You can't go into a movie theater and holler fire if there ain't no fire. That's what Shellenberger did. He said there was a bomb in Towson with no bomb in Towson. This is Towson University coach. All right, Towson University coach. I got everything in the book from 2006 to 2022. This is the best of the best in Baltimore, 2021. I got the best of the best in 1999, 2016, 2021. This is Baltimore, Rewired. We talking about the money behind the machine. We talking about the new face of old Jim Crow. They said if you want to hide something, hide it in a book. I put it in a book. All right, it's in the book. And the Waukegan Baltimore Sun got that. Now, there's a card game that I play. It's called 52 Pickup. That's the first card game you play when you play cards. Your kids will tell you, your parents will tell you, if you want to play cards, you got to learn how to put them in order. So I play 52 Pickup. If you go to TJ Smith, I gave him a deck of cards. So this is the cards. You got 52 politicians that participated in my kidnapping in 2011, in 2004, in 2007 too. Governor Hogan participated in voter suppression, 2014. He had me taken off the ballot. Brian Frost, we got consumer protection rights. You know what I'm saying? Identity theft, credit card fraud, income tax evasion. Brian Frost, I need a federal and state audit. You just got that, April 5th. Tax day is April 15th, so you got 10 days to respond to this. You got 10 days to respond to this. And we're going to go one step further. Brian Frost gave me his phone number. So this is Brian Frost's phone number. I ain't going to give you the number, but I'm going to give you the messages. So we don't have no misunderstandings. And you never called me back. That's Peter Francott. I'm sorry. I'll call you later. All right, yes. So I gave you evidence on the phone. So when we go to court, we're going to take this phone to court. All right? We're going to take this phone to court. That's you, and that's your evidence. That's me mailing it to you in Towson, Maryland. You feel me? Good afternoon. I hope you're receiving this whistleblower's complaint and criminal charges or writ of certiorari. You feel me? Google Drive. Alright? Social media for social change. To dismantle a master's house, you got to use the master's tools. I got everything I need right here on the cell phone. I got Google, Google Drive, Google Search. And I got Facebook, social media for social change. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Don't get no sweeter. I even use Instagram, goddamn. See that? That's Delegate Sheila Roof. She's going to testify on my behalf. She's a witness. I'm pulling y'all's cards so the world can see what being black in America is. That's Judge Mary Mabera. She's been sitting on this for a year, 2 years. See who that is? Judge Mary Mabera, October 2020. I got duplicates. I got a backup plan. That's Delegate Sheila Roof. That's President Barack Obama. In 2008, May 5th, 2008, he asked for an investigation into my incarceration. I was held illegally in the state of Illinois for 186 days. I ain't never had a trial. I'm not Jesse Smollett. 2022, y'all got to give me a trial. Y'all got to pay me that $250 million. It's about the prison industry. Mass incarceration behind the war on drugs. Ain't no law against making a movie. I'm a hustler. You got played. That's Brian Frost. That's the Department of Justice, Eric Holder, 2014. Like I said, I was taken off the ballot. That's Eric Holder. Because I'm getting ready to put these mail receipts on toilets, and I'm going to put these toilets all over the city. I'm getting ready to shit on you again. That's Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake. She had this. 2013. Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake. Sheila Dixon, Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake, Jack Young, Mayor Brandon Scott. Shorty, pull your mask up? No. We getting ready to all mask Baltimore. It's going to be Shorty, stop shitting on me. And it's legal. The IRS, a federal and state audit. I was grossing $260,000 a year. Y'all got to pay me what I lost. At the conclusion of a trial, you got to compensate me for my losses. The truck, the computer, the contents of my vehicle was worth $250 million. I set the price of my product. I'm a hustler. IRS. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. Brandon Scott, Johnny Oleski, Governor Hogan. City, county, state, and federal levels. All right? I've exhausted my remedies. The Department of Justice, the FBI. Letters to my president, President Biden, and the Department of Justice. When President Biden came to town, y'all put me out the room. Y'all put me out. Tom Perez was there. Johnny Oleski was there. Kwasi and Fume. Man, Costello was there. Y'all let them people pick me up, take me out of my seat because I was going to talk about mass incarceration in the prison industry. President Biden signed the 1986 crime bill. That crime bill sent a lot of people to jail. In 1986, I blew the whistle. I gave it to you. President Obama asked for an investigation. You was vice president. That's Marilyn Mosby. She got evidence. She been sitting on this since 2014. Marilyn Mosby, Nick Mosby, Sharon Middleton, Coran, Mary Pat Clark, Ricky Spector. Sheila Dixon called y'all a dirty dozen. On December the 10th, 2010, Councilman Welch had a retirement party. Y'all had Sheila Dixon under fire. Sheila Dixon came up there and called y'all a dirty dozen. Thelma Branch was there. McFadden was there. Congressman Cummings sent his liaison there. And then y'all picked me up and put me out. Man, Julie Sharper was there from the Baltimore Sun. That's Governor Hogan. City, county, state, and federal levels. Governor Hogan, your crime bill ain't nothing but slavery reinvented under the 13th Amendment. You feel me? Slavery reinvented under the 13th Amendment. Governor Hogan, you got mail. You got evidence. You got knowledge. And you talking about you had cancer and this is your anniversary. Well, my mother died from cancer on February the 2nd, 2011. My mother is just as important as you. That's Governor Hogan. You got mail. Governor Hogan, you got to answer that mail. You won't run for president. You won't run from nothing. Right now, you're going to be running from a federal investigation. If Blagojevich can go to jail, you can go to jail. We talking about Baltimore, rewired. The money behind the machine. The new face of old Jim Crow. And that's Eric Barron of the Department of Justice. I'm going to pull your card. I'm not an immigrant. That's me at the States Attorney's Office, 2021. That's Brian Frosh. You got this in 2016. That's Governor Hogan. Racism don't work without black cooperation. Plantation politics is going to come to an end in 2022. You say you want to end the corruption? Well, let's start sending some white people to jail. Let's start with the governor. Governor Hogan.